Hello, and welcome to Flow Space 101 Wisdom Flow. Today is August 2nd. Our August journey is about growing into our best selves. Yesterday, we began with Step 1. Know yourself. Today, we move to Step 2. Reframe your difference. Our theme is from imperfection to character. Sometimes we try to hide the parts of ourselves that feel unusual, awkward, or different. We may assume that being different means that something is wrong with us. But today, I want you to consider a different question. What if the thing you want to hide is part of what makes you memorable? Look at the coastline of Milos, Greece. The rocks are not smooth or perfectly symmetrical. Wind, water, and time have shaped them into unexpected forms. And those unusual forms are exactly what make this place so beautiful and unforgettable. Nature does not need perfect symmetry to be beautiful. Perhaps we do not either. Let's begin with today's quote from Brené Brown. Imperfections are not inadequacies, they are reminders that we're all in this together. The word inadequacy means a lack or weakness that makes us feel as if we are not good enough. But this quote reminds us that imperfection does not make us less valuable. Every person has fears, insecurities, mistakes, and areas that are still developing. That shared imperfection connects us. The bowl on the screen represents kintsugi, the Japanese art of repairing broken pottery with gold. Instead of hiding every crack, the repaired lines become visible parts of the bowl's history. This does not mean that pain or damage is always good. It means that something imperfect does not automatically lose its worth. The cracks are part of the story, but they are not the whole story. Different does not mean less worthy. Before we explore the message more deeply, let's learn a little about Brené Brown. Brené Brown is an American researcher, author, and speaker. She is widely known for exploring courage, vulnerability, shame, empathy, and authenticity. Vulnerability means allowing ourselves to be seen honestly, even when we feel uncertain or imperfect. Authenticity means living in a way that is true to who we really are. Her work teaches us not to confuse imperfection with unworthiness. Having something to improve does not mean that we have less value. And accepting ourselves does not mean that we stop growing. Healthy self-acceptance allows us to say, "This is where I am now, and I am still learning." Something that once felt embarrassing, unusual, or imperfect may eventually become part of our character. Today, we are learning to look at those qualities with greater honesty and kindness. Before we reframe something about ourselves, we need to understand what it actually is. A weakness is something that may need improvement. For example, treating someone unkindly, refusing to listen, or giving up too quickly may be weaknesses that we should work on. A difference is simply something that makes us unlike other people. It may be our personality, our interests, our appearance, or the way we think. An imperfection is something that does not match an idea of perfect. But ideas about perfection are often unrealistic, and they can change from one person or culture to another. That is why we should not label every difference as a problem. Look at this unusual architecture in Barcelona. The curves, uneven forms, and unexpected details do not destroy its identity. They create its identity. So remember, not every difference needs to be fixed. Sometimes we call something a weakness too quickly. Different does not automatically mean wrong. Different is not the same as defective. Now we reach today's turning point. Reframe your difference. To reframe something means to look at it from a different angle. The prism on the screen gives us a beautiful example. A beam of white light enters the prism. The light itself has not suddenly become something different. But because it passes through a new angle, colors that were already inside the light become visible. The angle reveals more. We can do something similar when we think about ourselves. First, notice the label. What have you been calling a weakness? Next, understand it. Why do you see it that way? Then, reframe it. Could there be another way to understand it? Could it have value in certain situations? Finally, decide how to use it well. Reframing does not mean pretending that every weakness is a strength. It means looking carefully enough to distinguish what needs to change, what needs practice, and what may simply need understanding. The light did not change. The new angle revealed more of it. And sometimes a kinder angle helps us see more of ourselves too. Let's look at some examples of how a trait can become part of someone's character. A quiet person may worry that they do not speak enough. But quietness can also develop into thoughtfulness and a calm presence. A sensitive person may feel emotions strongly, but sensitivity can also develop into empathy and a deeper understanding of others. Someone described as stubborn may learn to use that energy as determination and persistence. And having unusual interests can become individuality and a unique perspective. The Leaning Tower of Pisa is instantly recognizable because of its unusual silhouette. Its difference became its signature. But we need to keep an important balance. Not every weakness should remain a weakness. Harmful habits, unkind behavior, and choices that hurt ourselves or others still need to change. The goal is not to excuse everything. The goal is to understand our qualities well enough to use them wisely. A difference can become a strength when it is understood and used well. Now take a quiet moment for reflection. Think about something you have been too hard on yourself about. Then ask, is it truly a weakness? Is it something that is hurting you or other people and needs to improve? Or is it something you can develop through practice? Maybe it is simply a quality that makes you different. Could it become part of your character? Perhaps you have judged yourself for being quiet, emotional, cautious, energetic, serious, imaginative, or interested in things that other people do not understand. Try not to decide too quickly that the trait is good or bad. First, observe it honestly. Some things need change, some things need practice, and some things need acceptance. Do not rush to erase what makes you different. Sometimes the difference is not the problem. Sometimes the problem is the harsh way we have learned to see it. Now it is time to bring today's reflection into your journal. Begin with this sentence. One thing I used to see as a weakness is. Write honestly about the quality or experience. Why did you see it as a weakness? How did that belief make you feel? Then complete the second sentence. A different way I can see it is. Try to describe the same quality from a kinder and more balanced perspective. Our word of the day is reframe. To reframe means to look at or understand something in a different way. For example, I can reframe my weakness as part of my character. And today's affirmation is, I can grow without erasing what makes me unique. Pause the video and take your time. There is no perfect answer. Write honestly, and try to see yourself with new eyes. What you understand with kindness can become part of your strength. Before we finish, let's review today's journey. First, notice it. See the quality honestly. Second, understand it. Learn what it means and how it affects your life. Third, reframe it. Look at it from a kinder and more balanced angle. And fourth, use it well. Let what you have learned become part of your character and strength. You do not need to become flawless. You need to become more fully yourself. What you understand with kindness can become part of your strength. Remember these 3 messages. You are not your mistakes. You are your growth. And you are still becoming. Thank you for learning with me today. Please like, subscribe, and share if today's wisdom flow was meaningful to you. Tomorrow, August 3rd, we will move to step 3. Develop your strengths. Because what you develop can become part of your power. Until tomorrow, different is not defective. See differently, grow fully, and keep reading, thinking, writing, and growing with Flow Space 101 Wisdom Flow.